What's up, guys? This is Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm here today at Audi Clearwater bringing you this brand new 2021 Audi TT RS. This is a pocket rocket with performance of a $100,000 vehicle, but your MSRP on this Nardo Gray starts at $72,500. The model I'm showing today at $76,295. This is powered with a 2.5 liter turbocharged inline 5-cylinder engine. 394 horsepower, 354 pound-feet of torque, matted to a 7-speed S-Tronic, which is a dual clutch that helps shift gears quicker than your normal 8-speed automatic transmission. 0 to 60, 3.6 seconds. 0 to 100, 8.6 seconds. This comes standard with your Black Optic package, black Audi rings. Gonna go over all the specs and details, starting now. The TT RS engine is a very unique firing pattern at a 1-2-4-5-3 with a distinct exhaust note. Comes from the Audi Quattro race car. Impressive numbers and MPGs at 20 to 30 miles per gallon. The refresh on the TT was back in 2019. For 2021, the price has increased for the first time in a little while, almost $5,000. Standard now will be the Black Optic package, which you can see from the front fascia through the side and the rear, which we'll go over. And that typically was a $2,000 to $3,000 upgrade. So realistically, it's not too much of an upgrade in the price point. And honestly speaking, luxury cars haven't really went up in the price point. Your standard vehicles have every single year. So for this to finally do so, I kind of give it a little bit of a slide. The Black Optic package really sets a nice look, especially with that single frame Audi grille, the iconic hood structure, and also through these side vents here. Just a really nice presentation. The TT RS badging here, the Quattro that just protrudes out from the center, really nice touch. All this helping with downforce for your spoiler lip. The headlamp aesthetic, I like that it has a little area here for an air vent, so it just shows you that they're paying attention to detail with the way the pattern is on the vehicle. The width standing at 72.1 inches, so it gives a nice muscular look when you're looking at it from a rear view perspective. Your height at 52.9 inches, so it's not necessarily too low to the ground, but it's just enough to give you that super car, and yet the price point is under 6 figures. RS Sports Tuned Magnetic Ride Suspension, your front McPherson strut suspension, your rear a 4-link suspension. 19-inch wheels is standard. The model we're showing, 20-inch, 7-spoke, high gloss, because of the Black Optic package that's standard. Also blackening out the side mirror cap. Any chrome aesthetics except for this here, which I wish they blacked that out, because even on the side panel, everything blacked out. The fenders flare out just enough, gives a nice little touch to it as well. Your brakes, 14.6 with 8 pistons in the front. The rear, 12.2. Red brake calipers. The length of the vehicle at 165 inches with the wheelbase at 98.6 inches. Looking from the side profile, you can definitely see that this vehicle is ready to be track worthy and take it out for a regular ride. RS rear bumpers, and when you get an RS, this is the race division for Audi. So everything's gonna be spec'd out. Oval RS exhaust pipes. This one has your upgraded sports exhaust with the black finishers. Nice little touch. It's a $1,000 upgrade. When we start this after this, you hear it, you'll understand why you want to pay that $1,000. Blacked out diffuser, part of that Black Optic package that is now free. You can swap the spoiler to have an electronic one that moves whenever you're going faster than 62, helping with downforce to keep the car on the ground like glue. The nice thing about this, Audi does it for free. So again, upgrading the price, but they're throwing in some things to kind of justify it. The fake vents on the side here, I wish they were real. It gives a nice aesthetics. It is what it is. I have the indicators on so you can see how they look. Nice touch to it as well. Audi just does a really good job with their lights. You can get OLED lights, but realistically, for the upgraded price, I would just put some more stuff into the interior. Going inside to your cargo, it's not power, 12 cubic feet. The payload, over 700 pounds. You could put the back seats down and you just have a huge cargo area. Now, to close the cargo, there's a little area here that you put your hand so you don't have to touch anything on the doors. You don't put any fingerprints. Let's start this Audi TT up and hear it riff. The line structure from the front to the rear, just a really streamlined vehicle. This is definitely a fun vehicle, something that's very comparable to an Audi R8 for a significant discounted price. 0 to 60 is very competitive, something you can take on the track, drive every day, and enjoy as a 4-seat coupe or as a 2-seat, however you like, if you just want to make it optimal space. Let me know in the comments what you think about this 2021 Audi TT RS as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test drive. Entering inside this TT RS, and you go down a little bit, but 37.1 inches of headspace, which is really good. 41.1 inches of leg space. Really, it feels nice. It's a lot of room for two people. The back, here in a second, we'll see how it looks, but for the front, it has enough room. I think they did a great job. Heated leather wrap bucket front seats with the honeycomb design and contrast stitching with the RS badged inside. I like the red contrast stitching. They got the 12 o'clock on the steering wheel. That's an upgrade as well. I don't like the Alcantara because it's something that when you drink something, or say for instance you're cleaning the car, anything, you're putting it on here, it's going to take away the look. It's gonna dirty. It's just not gonna stay as good and nice as a full leather wrap steering wheel. I do like the RS badging and the square bottom. I like that the push button starts here, your driver select here, your exhaust note, which is right here. Another thing I don't like, I don't know why, your audio settings are right here because everything is done through your 12.3 Audi Virtual Cockpit. This is your gauge cluster, this is your infotainment screen, everything here. So why is it on this side? I don't know. Carbon fiber inlays, really nice. It just feels very sporty inside, and even, just sitting, the way these seats are, sport derived, nice. I just like the way it sits. In the center, you have your wireless charger for your phone, and you can fit, I would say, a pretty good size phone because mine just kind of gets lost in there. It's a smaller phone. Some of your dials here for your infotainment screen, which is kind of unnecessary because you can do everything on the steering wheel. You don't really need anything for the gauge cluster or for your infotainment screen in the center at all because everything's derived here. This does have a CD player, which is in your glove box, which they have a lot of real estate. They could have put it maybe right here underneath the button structure. Your air vents, I think they did a good job with this. Each one has its own electric dial. So you have your dual climate control settings. This has your heated seats, and you do everything through the knobs, which is really cool. The paddle shifters, they feel good. They're plastic, but I guess the race steering wheel, it does have a nice presence. The door panel, Alcantara inside, one touch up and down for the windows. That carbon fiber, I wish they would have done something up here. It would have made a nice little pop. But for your armrest, very soft. For door panel storage, not a lot, but you know, this is really like a 2-seat, even though it's a 4-seat car, but you could still fit probably two 16.9-ounce bottles of water. You can fit one here. Always what I like about the Audis, and I've always stressed it, the key fob can fit right inside its integrated slot, which is cool. Open up inside here for your second cup holder, and you got USB ports and a 12-volt charger. Let's check out the back seats. Entering into the rear, just to show you, it's going to be a little bit of an obstacle course for somebody that's really anyone that's 5 foot tall or, you know, taller. I'm 6'3", so let's see how I look. Gonna give it a go. Jumping inside. I'm trying to put the seat back. We can't do that. I can't sit back here. 33.8 inches of headspace, which I don't even think it has that much. 28.9 inches of leg space. I don't think it has that either. Honestly speaking, I would have to sit like this in order to sit in the back seat. And my point to this is you really don't need a back seat. I don't know why they started putting a back seat. I get it, maybe insurance purposes, but really just an animal or your luggage can fit back here. Going over the infotainment screen and the virtual cockpit all in one. You can make the screen bigger or smaller. It is all derived for the driver. You can zoom in and out. And you can also change the settings in the preferences. You can also go back into there, and the configuration would be more of a older setup, but it does its job, so you can change anything that you needed, any preferences of that nature. You can make the screen bigger or smaller. You can see the power and the torque derived on the side and your boost, and this is all instant as you see when I'm pushing the throttle. Taking this TT RS out, and when we did the review a little bit over a year ago with the 2019 model, I really had a lot of fun with the vehicle. This is a very happening, fun vehicle. It's very hip inside. The only disadvantage I will say is getting used to your seat preference, because the way you kind of sit a little bit lower than I was anticipating at first and kind of remembering, but visibility is not a problem, so that's also a nice little factor. We're going to put that sports exhaust note on so we can hear the engine while we drive. No dual pane windows, and just giving a little bit of gas. I mean, it's nice. It's a really nice little setup. I feel like I'm in a little race car, which is really cool too, the way it's structured. So if you're looking to get something outside of like a Porsche or even outside of an R8, this is something definitely to look at. Dual clutch transmission, so give it a little throttle. And it's ready to rock and roll. It's just a very nice exhaust note. People know what kind of vehicle this is, but they don't know that it's the RS TT. So sometimes they will get, I would say, a little bit confused thinking, oh, this is not a fast car. By no means, this is a super fast car. Give it some throttle, it's ready to get onto the interstate, and that's exactly what you want when you get a vehicle like this. And it's small and easy to get in and out of anything too, so that also makes it nice, because honestly speaking, you don't have to worry about getting in lanes. They're gonna let you in because it's a smaller car, and you have the power underneath it, nearly 400 horsepower. Now, is it a quiet car set with these 20-inch wheels? Not so much. Is it a bumpy car? Not really, but it is a bit louder. So I would say drive maybe at a higher note, so that way you can kind of funnel out some of the noise from the exterior. But really it's derived because you are a little bit lower to the ground. Big wheels, I mean, you're going to expect to hear road noise. Some things that I like about the TT RS, which I'm going to show you in the parking lot, we're going to do a perfect circle, which you can do that with smaller cars, even if the weight distribution isn't there. You don't need any special turning mechanics, anything like that. It just does it right on a dime. Complete circle, easy in and out, very good visibility. Shifting into reverse, it is also on your virtual cockpit, which the only disadvantage is when you turn the steering wheel, as you're seeing, you can't see the screen. That's the only thing that I would say is a disadvantage with it being there, but you do have the sensor functionality in the front and the rear, and it does show your trajectory. I'd like to thank Audi Clearwater for giving us this 2021 Audi TT RS for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click that subscribe button, check out the details, the merchandising, everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides.